Alright, we should be live. We're back. We're going to do another Edge of Eternities draft. Throw down our draft token. I've eaten my lunch. Gotten some water. Still ungodly hot back here in my office. Not that it's like a lot cooler in the rest of the house either, but this room does not do me any favors in the summertime. Alright, so what do we have? We have the Weird Wrath again, which I could take early and try to build around. That would not be crazy. We have the one StarCraft. Oh, we have this thing. This thing is just insane. I think this is actually the pick here. So you don't want to, unlike a lot of other things where it generates value when you do the thing in the same turn, you do not want to landfall normally on turns where you cast this thing. You don't want to wait till 7 mana. If this thing lives, though, every time you draw a land for the rest of the game, you draw a spell, and if you don't draw a land, then you drew a spell, so that's going to be the pickup here, and we're going to try and find some ramp spells to help get to him faster, or controlling elements to stay alive long enough to get this thing down and online, but what is this one? Put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control, and it has flying and trample. It's the haste granter. Drill too deep is decent. I don't like this one because there's only one. I'm sorry, there are 2 discard spells. There's the virus beetle and the coercion that becomes like no life Thoughtseize if you're warped, or otherwise are in void. I don't know that I want to draft black again. I think I would prefer green, but these are not the green cards I'm normally looking for. They're fine, but they're better in other green decks, so I could just take Drill Too Deep, but I think I want the uncommon more. We'll see. It depends on what I get past. If I don't get good cards for this, then I don't have to go with it. Like, there's a Close Encounter. That would be fine in green. There's Moxite. There's... Full Bore's not really what I'm looking for with what I have. In black, there's the Gravedigger Spaceship. And Hole Carver is fine, but not amazing. This one, they have to die. Drain. I could take the Reanimate, or the Gravedigger, though, so that way I have a way to get back my scary red creature. Also of note is this creature, like, this is a very good white creature. 2 mana, 2/3, that if you're behind on land, it makes you the lander token. I definitely want the Zookeeper. Burst is decent. Shattered Wings is very playable. There's no black cards in this pack, but I'm definitely taking the Mechan to go along with my Gruntar, because ramp is exactly what I'm looking for. Another Mechan. There's Curiosity if I wanted it. Also, I think this card is going to be a much better role player. I was talking about this one last draft, how I kind of wish I had one of those in my previous deck. And I stand by it. I think that thing is decent. I'm going to take another Zookeeper, though. Anything to help me get to Territorial Bruntar faster. Oh, there's a Sacred Foundry, but I'm pretty sure I have that already. There's also, more relevantly, a Radiant Strike here. But there's also another Fell Graveship. I can theoretically keep looping them, although they do mill each time, so I probably don't want to. Like, I would be down for the 2/2 flyer, though, that if you have Void, gets counters at the end of your turn. That'd be a really strong pickup right now. Also, I would not mind if we're going to have 2 of these guys wheeling the 1 mana 4/1 Defender. That was in one of the earlier packs. Be able to get this thing online very quickly, while threatening to trade with most of the opponent's creatures is not a bad place to be in. Do technically have the artifacts for the pangolin right now. 4-5's okay. I also do have vehicles for this thing, or spacecraft for this thing if I want it. I think I'm gonna take the pangolin though. Like right now, I have 4 other artifacts. Also, it keeps showing me that this guy is a vampire. Like I guess they just have a vampiric species. They don't really mention. It's 3+0 in first strike versus a 4-5 that can get 1/1 counters. The mediocre creature, I think. At least it's a decent body to ramp into. Alright. Not a huge fan of Comet Crawler, despite what happened the other day. Yeah, if you missed my first draft of the format, it was wild. Servers crashed, and I could not get back into the draft, so my entire deck is basically cards that it auto-picked for me. But, you know, I'm still waiting on my refund, by the way. Wizard said that they gave it to me, and they did not, because I spent 10,000 gold on it when I had 20k, and as you can see, I only have the 3,000 that I've managed to acquire from doing dailies and whatnot, and events so far. I did contact them about it and tell them, like, I don't know who you gave the 10,000 gold to, but it was not me. I thought for a minute, because of the way the thing had gone, that maybe I had accidentally paid for 2 drafts. With everything else that was going wrong there, I would not have been surprised, but I did check the VODs, and no, that is not what happened. So it's not like they gave me back 10,000 of the 20,000 gold that I inadvertently lost because of how wonky everything was. Poor whale. I think the whale is actually decent. Damn it, Arena! No, stop it. Bad. Bad Arena. No cookies. Yeah, 5 mana, 5/4. That's a Phyrexian. Not quite a Phyrexian Gargantuan, but bigger than Ravager. Is that the one I'm thinking of? The two in a black, 2/2 draws a card and loses a life when it comes in. Also an Orbital Plunge, which is decent. Yeah, give me another scary thing to ramp into. Alright, I do like Galvanizing Sawship a lot. But I also think Lithobreaking is strong, and I have a bunch of 1/3s right now. And the Grav ships aren't creatures to start off with, so a lot of my stuff isn't dying to this. And when your stuff doesn't die and your opponent's does, that's pretty amazing. You can pull it off, so. And there are a lot of decks that produce a lot of little guys, so. Just want the 4/3 ramp creature now over a second one of him, probably. I think this is just better anyway. Four, 5, Flying Haze, deal 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls, and it has warp. I mean, I'm down. Not mind any of these, but they're all kind of fillerish. I think I'll take the Nova Hellkite here. It is a rare too. I don't know. It's not as flashy as some of the other rare dragons have been that can damage your opponent's stuff, but also not terrible. It'd be a lot cooler if it had Void deal the 1 damage, and then it naturally had Warp, so if you warped it in, its own Void thing would happen. Have, like, no interaction, but another giant flying ace creature seems good, so. I would like to pick up some removal, though. Like, all I have right now is Drill Too Deep. The the breaking, so I can kill an artifact and I can kill tiny creatures. That's about it. And I don't even want this thing. I might legit just take the Cosmogoyf. Set completion. All the best cards in this pack are in other colors. It's not... Like, I don't want another one of these. I'm already happy replacing the first one with the Titan. This thing is just so insanely mediocre. Might just take one of the uncommons. I don't need a temporal intervention either. That is the make them discard a card and it costs 2 less if you have Void going. The 2/3 haste is not bad. I have a bunch of big scary creatures that are decent to haste up. Plus a bunch of things that naturally have haste, so between the two, might be able to put a ton of pressure on the opponent early. Yeah, Skittermaw is only okay. I think I actually will take Rig for War. If I'm not going to have removal, I need some tricks at least. And the set is, like, there's enough instant speed removal, but I do notice that a lot of the removal is sorcery speed in this set in comparison to other sets. Now, if it would normally be, you know, like 15 instants and like 10 sorceries, this one feels more like it's 15 sorceries and 10 instants a lot of the time. I don't even know if that's true. I haven't checked the math, but it definitely feels like that when I'm looking at the set, so it feels like every other removal spell is a sorcery. Oh, speaking of removal, Terminal Velocity. Up Propulsion and Dirgecraft. Would not mind a cut propulsions, but I do have a few big guys that Terminal Velocity can do work with. I'm glad that made it into my pile because I kind of lost it and like randomly clicked, and I guess I was still on it and it decided that's good enough as a double click. I'll accept that and put it in your pile. Like, thanks, Arena. Ooh. One of the most expensive cards in the set in paper. Yeah, we're just going to take a cut propulsions here because I do need removal. And 3 mana kill most creatures. It's good enough. I have like nothing for this guy. I have Drill Too Deep and Rig for War, and those are not the cards I want to cast off of this thing. I don't think my ramp creatures are quite good enough for Pinnacle Kill Ship, but again, the 4 mana 3/4 does almost nothing, and the 1 mana 1/2 is not at its best here, so. Right, there's another Zookeeper and another Prospector. Both are good, but I think I keep taking the Zookeepers. Excuse me. Also of note, Dauntless Scrapbot is actually really decent. It trades reasonably well, and the value of the Lander token is pretty high. Take the Virus Beetle here. Alright, so yeah, I don't have anything for this, so I don't really want another Rig for War or another 1/1 Death Touch that dies to my mediocre board wipes. I think this might just be taken uncommon for set completion. I don't know, maybe it should have been the 1/4 though, because later on those might start getting snapped up earlier. Oh, there's an orbital plunge, that's super helpful with how light I am on removal. That is an actual removal spell that kills almost everything in the set and gives you a lander token most of the time too. Do I actually have enough ways to sacrifice things? I don't know if I do or not. I'm gonna take him, but he does require me to be able to sacrifice creatures or artifacts, and I'm on like 5, I think, actual ways to sacrifice things. This one's fine. Either that or the front lines, and I think I want the cheap artifact. Alright, take another rig for war, even though I don't think I'm running it. Alright, I'll take the land. Hello, little cyborg corgi. Cyborgy. Alright, so I'm currently 3 cards over. And the cards I have up here to work with are not amazing. The kill ship being the strongest one. Alright. Alright, how many ways do I have to sacrifice things? Because I'm pretty sure that guy's gonna go. 1. But he would already need to have the counter on him to not die to this if I deal the 2 damage. 2, 3, yeah, no. He's an easy cut. I don't think I need the 4/5. Like, it's fine, but I would rather have the other 2 as the higher end. I have enough reasonable large things to terminal velocity with, so I think we keep them. I mean, I do have multiple mana dorks, so him getting counters is not unreasonable. Maybe it is just the Wormwall Sweeper. It's not terrible. It fixes your draws early and then gets turned online pretty quickly. But I also think it's fine to cut it. Right now, the only things I have that die to Litho Breaking are the Hull Carver, the Virus Beetle, both of which I can sacrifice instead of the Lander token. The Monoist, which still dies into a 2/2, and the Voidborn, who is probably the best thing that I can possibly lose to it, so. I have more double red requirements, but I also make red off of the Zookeeper. I am wondering if I don't want a extra swamp, but I guess not. I don't have any double black requirements, so even though I do have some cheap black spells, they're not essential, so. Alright. Opponent goes first. My hand is very slow and dirtily. Alright. Guess I can't be too mad at lands that are gonna let me cast my spells. And it's a 3-2, but it also has Defender. Also, that is the perfect, literally the perfect 2-drop here. Because now I get to run out the Land Seeker next turn. They don't kill it. Doesn't look like they're going to, but they are going to beat me down for 3. Alright, you got me. And a delicious nutrient block. Yeah, I'm okay doing this. I already have a way to get it back, and if they use a trick to save their 3-2 that can only attack some of the time, yeah, that would have been amazing. Alright, well, probably afford to lose the land with the ramp creature and the lander token in play, because if I draw any more land, it's not going to be the best for me anyway, so... My other swamp. My pangolin. They attack with the 2-1, I will definitely block with the pangolin and get the trick out of their hand that I thought they had before. I won't block the virus beetle because I'll be worried it's the other thing. I'm expecting this to be the cost 1 less if targeting a blocking creature and gives the creature +2/+0, and when it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped. That's what I'm assuming the card is. Opponent, you do have to discard one of them. Anti-causal vestige. Yep, that's terrifying. If their hand is better than that. Ah, it's that one to save their guy, sure. That also works. Gotta keep my guy locked down, sure. Online. None of my guys are effectively going to block a 3-3 right now, so... And now they can get back the anti-causal. Yep, they didn't even have anything else to choose from. Alright, fair enough. Oh, good luck with that, opponent. They can make a flying lifelink creature this turn if they want to tap their other creature. They have to decide if they're going to hit me for 3 to gain life, or use it to block my 4/5. Obviously, they should be hitting me to gain 3 life. Chumping the 4/5 seems terrible. Alright, Alfrel's not the worst. Especially if they have a bunch of artifacts in their hand that they can discard. Yep. Three. Yep. Makes sense. So this also kills their 3/2 flyer, but does not kill any of my things. So yeah, I think we just do that. Or attempt to do that first. For 5. And run out this guy. Gain 3 life and draw a card. They're getting a ton of card advantage from this stupid 3/3, so... It's always great when your opponent has, like, 5 cards in their hand and they can't decide what they're supposed to discard because all of them are so good. Or not, I guess. Alright, I think I just have to take this. Then play Anti-Causal. Or whatever other card they're going to cast here. Yep. Yeah, I think I just pass here. Need the Cut Propulsion to kill a flyer. Or to kill the Anti-Causal, depending on what they do here. But I probably just want to chump Anti-Causal and take 5 and kill any flyer that's going to stop me from winning. Hey. Now, granted, they have 5 cards in their hand, so there's a very real chance that this is going to be a loss anyway, but... Man, I keep seeing Requiem Monolith in, like, everything. This is only my, like, 3rd draft of the format, and... My god, do I keep seeing that card all the time. Hey. Oh, please don't ruin my day. literally only so much I can do here to not die and or win the game next turn. Okay. Yeah, that's probably going to be good enough, because I can't just tack on the extra damage that I need. I can come close, but I'm 3 points of damage short right now. Oh, wait, hang on. No, wait, because I need 3 to crew this. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be good enough then. I'm still 3 points of damage short. I don't think I have anything I can draw that will get me there. This is a sorcery. I would still have to kill... or still have to chump one of the other two. Yeah, I'm gonna come up just a tiny bit short here, I guess. Have to chump anti-causal, end block one of the other ones, and that doesn't leave me with enough ways to get this thing online and get it the extra 3 power. Yeah, I'm very dead here. That sucks. Like, I can't even animate it right now because I need both of my guys back to block. And I'm going to be left with a 2-2. If this works. If this works, I'm left with a 2-2. Alright, that's good enough. I'm actually dead on board now. Yeah, the other option was to kill anti-causal and have them just put something else into play, so... Yay, 0-1 to start. Yeah, starting 1-0 is like the best feeling. Starting 0-1 is the worst. Always so happy when I win the first game, because then it's like, well, at least the deck didn't fail entirely. Alright. Hope I find one of the things I'm ramping into. Really hope I find one of the things I'm ramping into. Really hope the thing I'm not ramping into is just using the one mechan to buff the other mechan. They're blue-red, so they're gonna have tons of targets. I do think I just run this one out and get ready to drill too deep next turn on something better. Are they gonna drill too deep on mine? For the same reason I consider doing it to theirs? Oh, nope, they have the rare that gets more powerful based on the number of... or based on the highest thing. Oh no, I'm gonna kill my guy also. Alright, fine, be that way, opponent. You're just a jerk. Kill my stuff. You're a terrible person and you should feel terrible. What this poor little zookeeper ever do to you? Yeah, it's bad. Oh, blocking the 2-4 because they tapped out first. And Memnon itself is not a artifact creature, so... I'm assuming Memnon itself is going to get the counter, because it'd be weird if something else did. Yeah. Yep. Alright, so kill that. Drops our other guy down to a 2-4. Block there. Take 4. Still lose the game. All I have in the graveyard is a Zookeeper. That's not helping anything. 2 damage to their board does nothing. Getting my thing back does nothing. Hey, let's cast him. Yeah, I'm just gonna lose this game. That sucks. We're already 0-1. Now I'm gonna lose another one. Yeah, I just don't have the kill spells for Memnon here, so none of the things I have are capable of killing him, so alright. Know anything better? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's grab that. Yes. Getting a 3-power lifelink flyer online might give me something. Probably not, though. Like, I'm so far behind, and all of their creatures are better than mine, so Terminal Velocity can only wipe the board at best, at the cost of, like, all of my stuff. Sure. For 1. Yeah, this terminal velocity might as well not even exist right now. It's so bad. Alright. They're technically attacking me for lethal with nothing else. So I do have to chump this turn. And they killed my only way to actually stay relevant in this game. Alright. Again, I do have to chump, or I will just die. I have to double chump, or I will just die. Oh, oops. That's at sorcery speed. I definitely should have buffed him up and hit them for 6. Because if there's any way I was going to win this game, that was going to be it. So I punted there. Not that I'm going to win this game, but I definitely punted there. Like, I literally cannot win anyway. I have to double chump here, but now I missed 4 damage, and then 2 more damage, so 4, 5, 6. So they would have been at 6, and I would have been dealing them 2, and then something could have come in with haste and actually punched them in the face and killed them. Yeah, no, I punted. I punted bad. Threw away whatever tiny chance I had to win this game. Yeah, an anti-causal too. Oh, they even warped him in. They didn't want a 7-5 in play? Just wanted to draw a card? You're that far ahead that 7-5 is like, nah, 7-5's dumb. I don't need that. It's okay. I bricked anyway, so... Yeah, I don't think my deck is great, but this is depressing. No. No, I did not. No, I did not have fun in the game where I got my ass kicked from start to finish. And did nothing relevant the entire time. Why would you even ask that? Yeah, cool. We've run out of diamond players to kill me. Now I have to run into a late-stage mythic player. Hey, I mean, I'm going to keep it, and we're going to try, but... I am not confident at all. Okay. Death Touch, sure. Really, my goal is to get to 6 mana and put in the Pangolin and kill all their little guys while keeping my 1/3s alive. Basically, just uses a bad orbital bombardment or whatever. Yep. Okay, play the Monoist. You can trade with either of their creatures. Technically, you can trade with both of them eventually. I will absolutely block whichever one of these you want to attack with. Yep. Okay, let's summon the Pangolin, deal them 2, pass the turn. Fire. So cast this. Trigger. Pay the 1. Alright, now I kind of want the Landseeker Kavu instead. 3. 5. So now if they attack with their 2/4 in the air, I can tap the 3/3 to crew it back. Or possibly lay out him and do a thing with him instead. Alright. Have enough kill spells to throw them around on mediocre things. Throw him to a 4/4. Screw that up so it's active. I would kill my 3/2 and my 2/1 flyer. So yeah, let's attack with them. See how they block, because if I get to kill the 2/4 also, I'm going to feel pretty good. Don't care about giving them an extra ground guy and losing my ground guy, so... Yep, let's go to damage, gain my life. Let's see, red in 1, 2... That's fine. Alright, so... Cast this. Sack this one, because it's going to die at end of turn anyway. Oh, it's a reflexive trigger. I do get to pay the 1. Huh. So he doesn't... So he can live through if he's at a 2/2. That's good to know. I misread that. I thought Lithobreaking was... It would deal the damage during the resolution of the spell, and so by the time I could pay the 1 from the trigger, the spell would have already resolved and killed everything. Well, really glad I still have removal for that, because that's a problem. That's a huge problem. Yeah, we just kill that. Or attempt to. Alright, 6/6, go get him, because this thing is incredibly annoying. Yeah, it kind of sucks that the last thing they had to work with. Wow. Everything is awful forever. And buy back that. It doesn't have Death Touch, but it's okay, because it makes another 2/2. Alright, well, this is time to 2-turn clock them in the air, then. Definitely not killing them on the ground. What else do they have to work with? The Monoist, but they won't have abilities. They actually have a ton of things to work with, but none of them will have abilities, so they won't be able to block flyers. Okay. Yep, that saves them for a turn. Yeah, the fact that the Skeleton Maker doesn't put finality counters on anything is kind of insane. And next turn they're going to be able to hardcast that thing and lock my guy down again. pay the 1. Pull back the Zookeepers. Play the Zookeeper. Pay the 1. Play the land. And put 4 counters on that. Pass the turn. So now they can tap out to play their Jellyfish to lock down the 6/5, but if they can't also stop the 1/3 and the 3/2 flyer, then still take 7 in the air and die. I'm at 20. And they have 1 extra mana to work with to stop both of them, so. Yep. It's the one I expected. The tap a guy, though, is only 1 mana on their turn, not on my turn, so they won't be able to use it to stop the flyer. Or go for it. Care. Back me with everything. Alright, so... Okay, we avoided the 0-3. Now the real question is, can we rally and get some more wins? Yes, we took those events down to fix the issues, and they should be resolved. We noticed that you were involved. Okay, so there's my refund. Okay, good enough. Thanks, Wizards. That is good enough. So, I don't care that it's gems instead of gold. In fact, the way I tend to spend my gold in gems, gems are better, but there are some events at higher levels where if you can enter with gold, the gold ratio works out a lot better. But I don't normally enter those because usually those things are multi-day events over the weekends and I do work Sundays, so can't enter them. Alright, well, we are once again on the draw, but we once again have our red mana dork, so our opponent's on a mulligan. Okay. I mean, that is an okay creature, but nothing I have to be too worried about. Death Toucher is a little more annoying, because now I can't block this turn, and I won't be able to block on future turns. I won't be able to block the 2/2 on future turns. Well, that's good and all, but I'm gonna need some other things that can die to that spell first. Definitely taking the 2. That's the easy part. White with Sunken Citadel. Oh no, my graveyard. More importantly, they get a lander token, but if they double block, I'm thrilled. Those are 2 very real creatures on this board, and I don't care that one of them would have died to the Litho Breaking anyway. Like, the other one wouldn't have, and that's getting 2 things off their board, while they only have 3 cards in hand. But I'm also kind of hopeful that they'll run out another low toughness creature, and nope, not at all. Although that I can kill with Orbital Plunge. Although it's kind of annoying that it actually has exactly the right toughness to live through Orbital Plunge here. Or not to live through it, but to not get overkilled. Also that I'm gonna lose this thing anyway because of that. And it's a 5/6 trampler. Yeah, nothing's great here. Kill 2 of their guys and get a different one, but that's not the best. I really need a land here. Need to not draw another spell. Being slightly stuck on land. Yeah. Get rid of the 5/6 trampler. On their life total. It's the lander token. So I hope that they have nothing, but apparently that's not the case. Alright, go to 4. Yep, okay. I was gonna say, if they have another cheap creature, I'm actually gonna be alright. Hey, well, let's kill their Death Toucher and their other thing. They can't really attack now. I don't think they played a land last turn, so if the last card in their hand is actually something pretty dire, the fact that I'm not hitting lands is gonna kill me. Okay. Unless it's another combat trick, but... Alright, deal. Sold. 4/3 Menace. Perfect. When I'm at 4 and only have 1 creature in play and I'm choked to death on mana. Yeah, that's where I want to be. Alright. Oh, that's true. I do get to double block and brig for war at least, so... They'll first strike it down if they don't have anything. If they don't draw anything that kills one of my guys, in which case I just insta-lose, so... But they might attack with the idea that they're going to force a block and something. Oh, they have a Stirring Wildwood. I didn't even notice that. Alright. Well, I'm glad I noticed it right now. So... Block there. Block there. War on him. First strike down their menace creature. Go to 1. Oh, this is fine. I've totally got this. Yeah, give me the better body. Cast this. And yeah, I should probably pass turn. I want to die just because they kill my 1/1 Death Touch here. Or have a haste creature on the ground. If they have a haste creature in the air, I'm very dead. They have, like, the same ship that I have. Yep. And now I have to chump block. That's neat. That's always the best when you have to chump block. Oh, it would have been really cool there. A land. Oh, well, now I just die if they have a land. He doesn't deal the damage unless you double landfall, right? Oh no, he always deals the damage, it's the card draw. Never mind, I literally just died to that. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do about that. They had a removal spell, and then they had a thing that pinged me, so I was never going to have a chance to get my lifelinker online. Yeah, no, that was just very bad land, so... And we never drew our 6-drop. Like, we never even drew him. Pack 1, pick 1. Thing I was super excited to play with, and we never got to show him off. I mean, he's an uncommon, we'll do it eventually, but I'm pretty sure you're not going to see this guy pass, like, 2 picks in after the format's been out for a week or two. Like, that thing is just so nuts when it's working. Alright, well, I gotta go to work in a little while, and yeah, I guess I died early enough that technically I have enough time to do another one. Sure, why not? If you're watching this live, give me a minute. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.